How can you win an enemy and it is always alive? Why is it that those that do all these gymnastics are always doing it? There's always enemies. There's always trouble. There's always opposition. Why? That should tell you that they are not using the proper weapons, because the weapons of our warfare, but they are mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. Take note, it's strongholds they pull down, not principalities. A stronghold, picture a wall, a reinforced wall, many levels, secure, big stones. That is a stronghold. These are secure places. How? Because we are not on the defense, we are on the attack. We are meant to pull down strongholds. We are meant to invade the territory of the devil. When he said the gates of hell will not prevail, it means the gates of hell, the gates move around. So who is attacking who? Yes, because in the typical Christian's mind, the gate has been trying to climb over his sins. No, it is that the gate will not stand. When we get to the gate, you push and push and it will fall down. It will not win. It will not come out on top. We will come out on top of that gate. We push that. We are meant to overcome the devil, the enemy, the works of the enemy. We are meant to. Victory is ours to have. We are meant to be fighters. We are meant to be strong. We are meant to be fearless. Don't be afraid. But it's not easy to not be afraid if your heart is not full of faith and love. Love casts out fear. So it's not just saying, I won't be afraid, I won't be afraid, I won't be afraid, I won't be afraid. How many of you have discovered when you say I won't be, it tends to increase the fear? Because that's not how to overcome it. Our methods of fighting are not with head. There's the God method. Do whatever God said. Love God and love your neighbor, and you will not be afraid. You have peace that passes understanding. These are the ways of God. This is how we fight the devil. Not by going out and saying, I pull down every ruling spirit. Why would you do that? Why? Because you've seen it done. That's what everybody is doing. And you fall into one adultery, fornication, one trouble like this, you'll be wondering why you fell. The devil attacked you. You're waiting for accident. It's not accident. It's sin. He knows if he can make you sin, then God himself will deal with you. That's the best method. That's how it works. These are the ways of God. You don't follow the crowd to learn how to fight. You go to scriptures, learn the principles, and learn how to fight. You fight day to day. You don't wait. There's a season of great warfare coming now. There may be extra warfare that comes at certain seasons. But generally speaking, you should be taking ground. We don't exist to block the blows of Satan. We exist to take over the territory of Satan. You take it over in people's lives, in the areas around you, over darkness, hatred, unforgiveness, offense, wickedness, oppression, sorrow, depression. We take what we have and we spread it. That's how we fight. That's how we overcome the enemy. When you don't understand this, you go into illegal warfare. You go and sneak on the enemy. You go and attack an enemy that was at rest and attract undue attention. And amongst people that are so sinful, that will go to the office and cheat, then go to church and stand and pull down spirits and principalities. And the spirits are looking at you and going like, it's not like you guys have Achan in your midst. You're a tribe called Achan. You had the audacity. I think the devil feels that a lot. And he comes after them. How does he come after them? Trouble, disaster, sickness, sorrow, pain, accidents, then sin, and more sin, and broken marriages, and trouble. Because the devil is like, look, you guys are all registered in my book and you are throwing stones at me. So what you focus on is walking in righteousness, and that will clothe you with the armor of God. And then you fight the battles of God. You follow God's guidance. He tells you, this is how you take Jericho. So you focus on being quick to hear and slow to, I cast down, I pull down. You listen to the Lord's messengers, and they tells you, march around Jericho 7 times. You're like, what kind of method is that? Who fights like that? God fights like that. Wake up in the morning, march around the city. When you go back at home, little Johnny asks you, Daddy, how many enemies did you kill today? He said, my son, I'll tell you. Why? Because you didn't fire a shot. You didn't do nothing other than walk around the city quietly. Not even noisily, quietly. How many days? On day number 5, Daddy, every day you go out, you dress up fully in war gear. You come back, your sword is clean, no blood. You're not even really sweating. What do you go to do now? If you're lucky, your wife will join mouth. Darling, this thing, you will be like, this method, sorry, is this how they normally used to fight? Every day you go out and come back. Men leave very serious and come back. Not one. What do you bring? Where's the spoils of war? Where's the captive enemies? Where's anything? Nothing. Why? Because God does not fight like man. It makes sense to pull down and attack things, but it doesn't mean it's the wise way to fight. God is different. His ways are higher than your, far as heaven is from earth. Till you learn to trust him and flow along with this your God. To be honest, God has no method. He just wants you to obey him like an idiot. Then when you do whatever he says do, then he now does something. Today you use this method. Another day you use the spitting method. Another day you use laying on of hands method. Another day you use standing in one place and everyone can touch me method. Shadow method is there. This method does not have go and wash somewhere is there. Method. Do you believe method? All. He's the same God. You can't put him in a box. He just wants you to obey him. They will march around. Finally, on the last day, oh yeah, guys, they are thinking, hey, today will be different. We finally get back. He says, when you march around, don't blow the trumpet. Bah! Is that all? Don't worry. When you play, something will happen. Then everyone running and then sleep. But it was on the seventh day. It's the God way. They obeyed and they conquered. That's how you fight the battles of God. You don't use your head. Come. Why do you think many go into trouble? They say you gather people. You say, let's gather. Let's have a meeting. Church, let's discuss the methods that we are going to. Stop discussing methods. Hear what God says. Find the angel of the Lord. Let him bring the word of the Lord and tell you what to do. The only thing I can promise you that the strategy will look foolish. By the time you finish, you look more idiotic. At least towards the end. It's only after the victory that everybody will say, I always knew. Time. You always look like you had grace on your life. Meanwhile, they were mocking you since so. When the results come, everybody is your friend. Can we take a picture? Before that, you were the fool. The next thing they want to take picture. It's just the next time before the pictures come. Don't worry. You can't lose with God. You can't lose with God.